Okay, the basic idea behind these things, okay, is that we always resist the change in flux, okay? So concept zero is if we gain flux, okay, the current's going to flow in these little loops so as to oppose the gain, okay? And if we lose flux, then we will replace it, okay? So this is concept zero. This is concept one. That's how you put it into action. Concept two is if we have a loop remember one of our right-hand rules, okay, is that say we have a loop where the current is going anti-clockwise, okay? Well, inside the loop, and that's what we're talking about, okay? We're talking about inside the loop. Inside the loop, the magnetic field is out of the page, okay? Okay, so the B is out, okay? And the flux is out, right? Okay, and if it's a clockwise loop, if we're going clockwise in this thing, if it's like that, right? If I do that, and then I use my right hand, right? I wrap my fingers clockwise. If my fingers go clockwise, right? My thumb, the magnetic field is your thumb for the magnet rule, right? Okay, so if I do that, my thumb is now pointing into this page. I've got X's here. Okay, so for that guy, the flux is in. Okay, so if I wrap my fingers this way, if I wrap my fingers anti-clockwise, right, my thumb is out of the page, right? So let's look at this guy right here. Okay, if I stick this guy into this region here, and now it's there, right? Here it has no flux. Now it has flux. It's gaining flux, and it's gaining out of the page, right? And so what we do, if we gain it, we oppose that, right? So we want to create flux into the page, right? Our reaction is to create B into the page, okay? To make it into the page, I'm going to go clockwise. Okay, fingers wrapping clockwise, thumb is in the page, right? Okay, this guy here is going to, in a few moments, find himself there. And so in this case, we gained into the page, right? Well, we're gaining it, right? If we gain the thing, we oppose, right? So to oppose into the page, we flow this way, right? We flow anti-clockwise to create out of the page, right? Okay, here we are losing, in a few moments it's going to be out here, so we'll have lost flux out of the page, right? So we're losing out of the page, right? Well, if you lose it, you replace it. We want to create out of the page. So this guy here is going to spin this way. It's going to go anti-clockwise because that creates out of the page flux, right? Okay, and then of course this guy is losing. It's losing into the page, right? Well, if you lose something, you replace it. So how do you replace into the page? You go clockwise, right? You do flux into the page, right? So that's the current's going to flow once it's out here, right? If it's a superconductor, the current will sit here and flow clockwise forever, by the way. Okay, there you go.